Hey, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? I pray that each of you are having a blessed and safe day. All is well with you. Everything is going great. And even if it's not, you understand my voice, guess what? You have made it to a brand new day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, you have made it. And that right there is a blessing and miracle within itself. If this is your first time tuning into my YouTube channel, my name is Candace Brown. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm also an author as well as a business owner. And what I help all. And what I do, I help all my ladies out there, all my queens out there take their mindsets from rags to riches, helping them recognize the queen that's on the inside of them. And I just want to take this time out to thank each and every one of you that's been rocking with me for a while. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all guys so much. And if this is your first time, you have never seen me or anything like that, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay, hit the subscribe button. Click that notification bell so every time I upload a video, a podcast, or anything, you will be notified, okay? But for those of you that have been rocking with me, ladies, y'all know what I'm about to say. Queens, you have the power to fix your crowns, okay? I don't care if they falling out to the side, they shattered to pieces, they got a crack in the middle. You have the power to fix your crown. And there are some of you, I don't know what y'all waiting on, but there are some of you out there, you have not even picked up your crown. Sis, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? I need for you to bend down, pick up that crown, and walk like the beautiful, bold, wonderful queen that you are. All right, so today, just going to talk about a little bit of self-love and self-confidence, because that's what I do, self-love, self-confidence. And I was going back over some of my notes, y'all. If y'all have not read Tony Gaskins' book, A Woman's Influence, y'all missing out. Y'all are missing out because it is a really good book with him and his wife, Sheri Gaskins. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I listened to it a while back on Audible. I had that thing playing in my ear, and y'all, I took notes, so I'm gonna share a little bit of the notes with you. They ain't gonna share everything because I want y'all to go and support my boy Tony G. Okay, that's my brother in Christ. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so I want y'all to go and listen to these books. And ladies, let me tell you something. It's a really good book for us, especially us single people. It's really good for us. And I'm just going to share some of the things that Tony was talking about in this book. But one of the things that he was talking about, he touched on a lot of stuff, y'all. He's touched on self-love and knowing your worth. And that's so important, queens, especially in your, if you married, single, engaged, dating, you have to know your worth. You have to know who you are. You have to know your identity. That is the one thing that I want to teach women, is about learning who they are, learning identity. When I say wake the queen up on the inside of them, I mean I'm talking about your identity. Who you really are, who God created you to be, who God says who you are, not what the world says. Because as I tell people all the time, the world will put labels on you, have you confused, broke, busted, and disgusted. You don't know whether to go left, right, north, east, south, or west if you listen to the world. The world will have you just running like a chicken with your head cut off if you ain't careful. So it is important to getting to know who you are and your worth. And I tell a lot of people, the best way to get to know who you are and who God has called you to be, it's not that it can't be done in relationships. It can be done. It's kind of hard. But I'm going to tell you something. In my single season, my isolation season, I have learned so much about me. Okay, what I don't like, what I do like, what I ain't going to tolerate, what I will maybe tolerate. Okay, I have learned so much about me in my single season. And that's why it's good to be single, because you get the love on you. You get that self-love and that self-confidence that you have been wanting, that you have been praying for. Okay, because it's just you and God. Okay, and you can spend all the time that you need, all the time that you want with God. He pours so much into you. I'm telling you, he overflow you. And y'all, I'm going to tell you, it's the best decision I could have ever made. Okay, just being single, staying to myself, being in my season of isolation. Yes, I get lonely at times, but guess what? God said in his word that he'll never leave me nor forsake me. So I'm not lonely. God is with me always. So if I want to talk to somebody, I can talk to God. Me and God have a conversation no matter what time it is. It could be 5 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m., 12 o'clock. It could be right now. I can talk to God whenever I want to. He's always listening. He's always available, okay? A lot of people may say, I don't have nobody to talk to. Talk to God. Talk to God, and God knows your heart's desire. He know that you desire a person, or he know you desire friends that's got like-minded like you. He knows all of these things, and he will do them just for you, okay? But I'm telling you, it's the best thing I could have ever done. But I think this is in chapter 2 that I'm going to talk a little bit about. I ain't going to give everything away because I want y'all to go and do this for themselves. Listen, that is investment in yourself. And when you love yourself, you going to invest in yourself. You going to invest in your mind. I mean, we invest in how we even. We invest in this, we invest in that, but why not invest in something that's going to help shape us, that's going to build us up, that's going to help heal the inside of us? Okay, because a lot of y'all are hurt from the past, and we got to learn how to let go so we can grow, so we can move ahead. Why not invest in something that's going to help you move on with your life, that's going to add to you? And this right here was one of the best investments I could have made, okay? But I want to talk a little bit about it, but I do encourage every single woman, whether you married, engage, every woman, period. And it's good for men too, but especially my single ladies. Listen, this is a really good book for you to go listen to, read, however, make sure you grab it, okay? And I'm gonna put the description in the video below in the description box. And one thing I like that Tony said, he says, know your value, set standards, and don't compromise. Don't settle for less than you deserve. He said, men bargain even in relationships. I said, they sure do, Tony. You ain't never lied. I was like, I had it in my ear, but I was like in the amen corner. Amen. Come on, Tony. You better say it. You better say it, brother. I'm all up there. Them folk looking at me at work. I said, I ain't studying y'all. Y'all better get some of this knowledge. Tony dropping them gems. You better get you some, okay? But that is so true. We have to know our worth. We have to set standards and do not compromise and don't settle. Listen, a lot of us are settling because we are lonely. A lot of us are also settling because, Coach Candace, I'm 45, and in 5 years, I'm going to be 50. That's half of 100, and I ain't got married yet. Okay, well, maybe it ain't your season to get married. Maybe it's your season to sit down, talk to God, and spend some time with God. Let me tell y'all something with God. God about to my attention. This is the first, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. Out of my 37 years here on this side, this is the longest I have ever been single. This is the longest, okay? I have ever been single, okay? Not saying that guys have not approached me. Yes, men have approached me. But it's been a long time since I've been in a relationship. This is the longest, okay? Because me, old Candy, hey, he broke up with me today. I'm going to be with somebody next week. That's who I used to be. This is the longest, and I have been single now for, let's see. It's been a while, y'all. Oh, my goodness. It might have been last year. Shoot, I don't know. It's been a while. Not to say, like I said, not to say that I haven't been on a date here and there, and not to say that guys haven't approached, I haven't had conversations, but something very serious to call and say that we are dating and all of that, we this and that. It's been a while. Because the old me, I would have been in a relationship, but then I would have been broke, busted, and disgusted. Been crying upset, all this old arguing, fussing, all this old foolish stuff I used to do. But I'm going to tell you something. In order to know your value and to set standards, you got to know who you are first. That's the first thing. You got to find your identity. Man, if you don't know your identity, you're going to settle for anything. Okay, when you know who you are and you know you the queen that God done call you to be, you ain't gonna settle for less. You ain't gonna settle for anything. You gonna have standards and you gonna live by them. But the problem is we don't know the difference between a standard and a preference. Okay, one standard is, listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't wanna lay down with you until I get married. That's a standard. preference. Well, I want him about 6 foot, maybe, 175, 180, maybe, dark chocolate skin, some pretty brown eyes with the lashes. I'm just throwing it out here, y'all. Y'all know what y'all like. Shoot, y'all know what y'all like. And that's what I want. Okay, so versus that man that does come along, that's 6 foot and all tall, dark, and handsome, but y'all on the date, and he tell you this right here. Well, shout it all. I kick it with you, but I gotta have me. I need me. You know what I'm saying? You be like, well, what you saying? I got needs, and I had a man to do this to me. I had a man a while back. We was on Facebook talking. He said, you spend time. And I'm like, okay, we can go out on a date. Yeah, we could do that. But, I got needs. I said, excuse me, sir, what kind of needs you talking about? Oh, no, dog. You can skedaddle on down the road with that. I can't do that. No. Oh, so I said, no, I can't do that. No, if that's what you want, that's what you looking for, then, sir, I'm sorry, I'm not the woman for you. Hey, we cut it off, ain't call, text, nothing no more, okay? And you got to be okay with doing that. You can't be over there. Ooh. But girl, he sure look good. Ooh, Jesus, help me, Lord. Ooh, keep me near the cross. Listen, go sit down somewhere, sis. Go sit down somewhere. I'm not going to sit here and say you ain't going to have them times and moments, because we all women, especially you done had kids and you've been with a man, you want that feeling. But that's when you got to push and press harder and stay close to God. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm here to tell you, it's not easy, okay? Sometimes I'm going to be honest with y'all, because I'm an honest person. I keep it real, 100 and cut. Y'all, I had a purity coach. Her name is Candy Webb. Shout out to Candy. Wonderful purity coach, okay? And I was on there some sessions, and they really did help me. And she was so transparent. She told part of her story one day on Facebook, and that just gave me hope, y'all. That gave me hope. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't the only one out here struggling with this. And although, I'm not the only one struggling with that. She's telling her story, how she went so many years and stuff like that. I said, you know what? She just gave me hope. And that's why I say it's important to tell your story, because you don't never know how it's going to bless somebody else. But I had a purity coach. I ain't going to lie. I'm telling y'all the truth. You got to do whatever you got to do to get you where you need to be with God. I don't care if you got to get a purity coach, relationship coach. You got to get a coach for everything. Get a coach. You're making an investment in you, because you are you're a prized possession. You're God's greatest creation. When you love yourself, you take care of yourself inside and outside, okay? If you got to get a purity coach, do what you got to do. I don't care if people like, ooh, you got it, girl, you got it. I love me. I'm invested in me, and I want to get this right. I'm tired of failing. I'm tired of falling off. I'm tired of falling in the grave. I'm tired of falling in the trenches every time I turn around. I'm tired of falling weak for a man. He just say, ooh, baby, you look good. Oh, okay. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. I'm tired of it. Well, babe, I buy you this right here and you give me that. No, I'm sick of that. I'm not doing that no more, brother. You ain't got to buy me nothing. Okay? I can provide for myself. I pay my own bills. I take care of my kids. Okay? I got it over here. You going to have to come with something better. You going to have to step your game way up. That coming, you throwing $100 here and there. Bro, I got my own money. I have my own money. Okay? I have my own business. Okay? So I'm not finna fall for that no more. I used to be one of them weak women, and I'm not talking about now woman. The one thing I want this to do for all my queens out there is to encourage you, okay? To step your game up, to get up out them trenches, to get up out them graves, and stop falling for everything that the enemy throws at you. Stop falling for them same old tricks and trades, because that's all he gonna do. All he do is dress it up and make it fit and make it look good. And then tell you some more sly stuff, and then next thing you know, you in a mess. You in love with a whole man that don't even care about you. You in love with a whole man that want to only see you from the hours from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. And then he got to go. He got to run because he already got a family. I am tired of seeing my queens fail at this. I love my sister. I am my sister's keeper. And I'm sick and tired of that. We are not no dogs. We ain't no doormats. We ain't used. We ain't this. We ain't that. And us as black queens especially, we get dogged the most. They call us out our name. Oh, you ain't this. You ain't that. I done been called some fire names in my life. Let me tell you something. I have been called everything sometimes but a child of God. I would not even repeat some of the stuff that was said to me. I would not even do y'all like that because it's degrading. It's disgusting. And it make my stomach hurt. But what it does the most, it makes me angry. But God said take that anger and use it and harness it and use it for your purpose. So I want to talk to and encourage every queen on here today. It's time to get up out them trenches and know your worth. Know who you are. Set some standards and don't settle for less. Don't you dare settle for less. Whoever God has for you, and whoever God done call you to be, that's what you need to do. Right now, you don't need to focus on a man. If you sitting up here crying and you done been in a hurtful relationship and you still going through some things, do not. I'm telling y'all, this for men and women. Sit down somewhere and get in a season of isolation. It's okay to be by yourself. You ain't by yourself. God is with you. But a lot of people don't believe that, but he is with you always. A lot of people, the problem is, that's the saying, hurt people hurt people. That's what I was looking for. That is a true saying. Hurt people do hurt people because the hurt people already hurt. They ain't healed yet. They ain't whole yet. They still broken. And now they want to go over here and want this person to heal them, make them heal, whole, and happy. That is way too much weight for a human being. That's just way too much weight. You are so busy trying to pour into this person, they can't pour nothing back into you. So now you walking around here, done pour all that you had, because you wasn't even full to begin with. You was halfway full. Come on, somebody. You was halfway full. So that half that you had on the inside of you, you took it and poured it to somebody else. Now they all right. They happy. Now you over there broke, busted, disgusted, and depressed. So you looking at them like, okay, now, I poured into you. I talked to you. I encouraged you. I did for you. I did this. I did that. I went to the valley for you. I went to the sea for you. I went north for you. I went south for you. I went east and west for you. I went to hell and back for you. But now you can't even give me just a portion of what I done poured into you. Come on, somebody. I done been there. Can't nobody tell me what I done been through. And now you over here broke, busting, and disgusting. They looking at you. What's wrong with you? Need to get yourself together. Oh yeah, I used to hear that kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff I'd be so angry and frustrated. Like, here I am gave the little bit that I did have to you. I ain't had no business giving it to no man. I should have gave it to God. But I thought that it was a man's job. Ooh, God, I thank you here today. I thought it was a man's job to heal me, make me whole, make me happy, make me this and that. It ain't no man's job. That's God's job, and it's your job too. You know how it's your job? Because you got to make the sound decision in your mind. Come on, somebody. You got to make the decision. You got to say, okay, enough is enough. I done had enough. I done had enough of this foolishness. I done had enough of going here and being broken. I done had enough of being lied to. I done had enough of being cheated on. I done had enough of being robbed of my happiness. Come on, somebody. You got to get angry with the devil today. I heard Sidney Trim say this. This is not the season where we trying to be Christians. It's time to get bold in the Lord. Go and snatch back your happiness and your stuff that the enemy done stole from you. Okay? This ain't no time to, well, I don't know. No, you got to make a decision today. It is vital. Some of y'all, this decision is life for y'all. It's your life dependent on this decision right now. Because I know it was doing it for me. I had to make a sound decision. If I didn't make a decision, I was going to die. Right now, I was going to die. And you see me sitting here today, you would have never known no Coach Candace B. If I hadn't made no sound decision to say, God, I got to get it right this time. What do I need to do? I surrender my all. I throw my hands up. Father, take over. Do what you need to do. Only you can do it. I I can't do it no more. Can't no man, no boy, no girl, no woman, no child, no thing. Can't nobody do nothing but you, God. I need you to come down on the inside and do a work in me that I cannot do by myself. You got to be the same way. You just got to throw your hands up and say, God, I surrender my all. I'm tired of being broken. I'm tired of all this stuff that I'm going through in relationships. You got to give it to God. And you got to trust him. You got to put all your confidence, your love, all the hurt, the pain. You got to give it all to God. You got to release it today. This is a season of release. Release it and let it go. And give it to God. Don't be trying to go give it to nobody else, because can't nobody else fix it. Nobody can fix it but Jesus. That's a true song. When they say, fix it, Jesus, fix it. He the only one can fix it. People say, well, you know, the sons. No, that is too much weight to be putting on a person. A man, let me tell you something. It is not a man's job to sit here and make you happy, whole, and healed. That's not a man's job. That's God's job. If you let God go do it and you hand it to him, you won't be disappointed. You won't be upset. You won't be crying. You won't be feeling broke, busted, and disgusted. You'll be happy. And when a man do come along, you ain't gonna jump ship. You just gonna be like, okay, we can go on a date. And then, oh, hey, no, bro, I holler at you, dude. So you'll grab your stuff up and you'll get up out of there and you'll be okay. Because you got to love yourself enough. You got to love you. You got to give yourself that self-love and that self-confidence. And y'all, I love me again. I love me again. I was just acting silly on my Snapchat. I said, you know what? I love me. I said, this is the first time in my life of knowing my worth and loving me and being okay with just being by myself. If God don't send me nobody, I don't even care anymore. If he send me somebody, that's good. If he don't send me nobody, I'm going to be all right anyway, because God is with me always and he is all that I need in my life. And that's the same way you got to be. That's the same way you got to maneuver. Okay? God going to send you somebody, but you got to work on you. Do the self-work on you. Lord, I thank you. But knowing your value, knowing your worth, and setting standards. Don't settle for less. If you know, if he got to sit here and talk about, well, I want to be, I got to have this, and I got to have that, and this, and that, and he calling out 100 things, you like, I ain't finna do that. Nah, bro. Hey, stop right there. It was nice knowing you. God bless you and bye. Get your stuff up and leave, sister, and go on out the door. Okay? So what if a man come along that's 5'11" and he a kingdom man and he got himself together and he in his purpose, he got a vision and he's sharing the vision with you and this and that and things are going good? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with dating nobody 5'11". But the problem is he got to be 6. He got to be 6 foot. I can't have nobody. He got to be 6 foot. He can be 6 foot and toxic. He can be 6 foot and toxic versus somebody that's 5'11" and that's good for you, but you want to get over here with a 6 foot man and he whole toxic. And you got, well, he said, no, ain't no well, he said, sis. Forget him. Listen. Go, and the man 5'11", he telling you he pouring into you and everything. I can't do that. We got to know a difference between having standards and preferences. And I'm going to leave y'all with one more thing and I'm going to get on out of here. You know, God come on here and he just take over and I let him have his way. Okay? Also Tony said, let me see, love yourself. Yeah, love yourself enough to let go so both of you can grow. Okay? If you in a toxic relationship and it's keep being toxic, sometimes you just gotta let them people go, y'all. You just gotta know when to throw in the towel, throw your hands up, say, hey, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't do this no more. I've been with you. It's toxic. It ain't getting no better. We just need to split ways. You go your way, I go my way. And, you know, maybe it ain't meant for us to be together. And that's how it is sometimes. That's just how it is sometimes. But you just got to let go. And one more tip I want to leave with y'all. I had to learn this the hard way. But Lord knows it is so true. When somebody has wronged you in a relationship, Y'all dated, married, whatever. And Tony talked about this. I think he talked about this in Woman's Influence as well. And I had to learn this the hard way. If somebody has wronged you in a relationship, y'all talk about it, you forgive them. Okay? You forgive them. But you ain't forgotten it. You still thinking about it 24/7. And the smallest thing, the smallest little thing ticks you off with that person, and now y'all in an argument. And now that y'all arguing and everything like that, it comes back up. And it comes up repeatedly. And again and again and again. And I ain't telling nobody what to do. I had to learn this myself though. You got to be willing to let them go possibly. Because sometimes it's hard to forget some things. Hey, I ain't nobody perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I'm raising both of my hands. But some things, some things are hard to forget. I understand. But if it's going to cause you to keep bringing it up to that person, keep throwing it in their face, keep bringing it back up like word vomit, then maybe you need to let them go. Maybe you need to just say, hey, you know what? I forgive you. I really do forgive you, but I just can't forget. And a lot of people say, well, you really ain't forgave them if you can't forget about it. Listen, you forgiving them to the point where I forgive you and it's okay, but I just haven't forgotten about it. That's okay. And a lot of people will bash you just for you saying that. I have heard people say, well, you really ain't forgave them. I said, okay. And at that point, maybe I haven't. I said, but why would I keep staying with them if I'm going to keep bringing it up? I'm still living in the past. They done moved from it, but I'm stuck back here. And I can't move past it. Let me tell you something. That is the time where you got to go in a season of isolation. It's just got to be you and God. And my suggestion, you got to get by yourself. And I'm not telling nobody what to do. I know what worked for me. And I'm talking about what had to work for me. Now, what worked for me may not work for you. So let me say that. But I know what worked for me was I had to get by myself. Okay, I had to get by myself. Okay? Some things that been done or been said, they unforgettable. And when it's like that, it's best that you just let that person alone. It's just go work on you, focus on you, and get yourself together. Then maybe one day you can forget it. But sometimes it's hard to forget. Even though God, He forgives us and He throw it in the sea of forgetfulness. I know for us as humans, we say we forgive, but we really be like, I forgive them, but I can't forget it. It's still here in my subconscious mind. And I'm telling y'all something about this subconscious mind. It's something serious. It's something serious. And you still having that image played back over your head. You still having the words played back over your head. It's best to just get by yourself and let that be a season of isolation for you so God can work on you and you can work on yourself. Because what's going to happen is if you're in a relationship with somebody and you keep bringing it back up over and over and over and over again, you're going to run them off. And they're going to say, well, I might as well go on out here and do whatever because you going to blame me anyway. You ain't forgave me anyway. You say you did, but you haven't because you keep bringing it back up. And over and over and over again. And you ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself and you hurting them. Both of y'all being hurt, honestly. So sometimes we have to make hard decisions, but necessary decisions. Because in the long run, if you go ahead, you part ways, you take a break, you go over here and he'll get yourself together, they go over there and he'll get themselves together, then maybe y'all could come back and try it again. Maybe. I don't know. I know in my case, I had to work on myself, and I just had made the decision to say, you know what, I'm just going to go on about my life. I know one thing though. I know what I will and will not tolerate. It taught me what I don't want. It taught me that. Taught me what I will not tolerate. It taught me how you gonna talk to me. Okay? I'm a whole queen out here, so you gonna respect me. I'm gonna respect you, king, but you gonna respect me as a queen too. We gonna respect each other. I know it taught me that. I know it taught me. I'm like, oh, it taught me a lot of things. So learn the lesson in it as well, okay? Because God wants you to learn the lesson. I don't care what every trial and tribulation that you go in, learn the lessons out of them. Because it taught me a lot of things. It taught me, I don't want that. And I'm going to go on about my business. I'm going to go on down the road. I'm move forward in my life. Okay? I'm not trying to sit here and tell nobody, yeah, go on and lead this one and that one. No. Pray about it first. Pray about it. Seek God. Lay at his feet. And whatever decision God tell you to do, that's what you need to do. Because it's different for everybody. Okay? I'm speaking on my side where I'm single. Okay? I wasn't married to that person. We were just dating and shacking and everything else. We were not married. We was single. We were whatever you want to call it, but we weren't married. Okay? So it's going to be different for everybody. But seek God first for the answer. And whatever God give you, that's what you need to go with. But that's the one thing that I did learn. If you cannot forget about how that person made you, how it made you feel. I mean, you're going to think about how it made you feel, because that's a good thing. That keeps you from going back into it again. But if you cannot forget how that person did you, and you always thinking about it, and you always bring it back up in a conversation, then maybe it's time for you to just split ways. And it doesn't mean that you haven't forgave them. I ain't forgot. Okay, I ain't forgot. And let me tell you something. It's okay. It's okay, because we all human at the end of the day. Because I know, like I said, a lot of people tell you, well, you ain't forgave them stuff. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard. You forgive them because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to forgive people. But let me tell you something. It's hard to forget. It's hard to forget. But I know one thing. God said forgive. He didn't tell me I had to put up with you, though. And see, that's another lesson we're going to have to get into another day. God said forgive you. Now I'm going to forgive you. But listen, he tell me I ain't got to put up with no foolishness. And I ain't got to put up with you if you on that humbug and you on that foolishness. I ain't got to put up with this now. Hold up. That come in knowing who you are and knowing your self-worth. Okay, I love you guys so much. Let me get on out here and catch this coaching session. I love you guys. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful, prosperous day. This has been Coach Candace B. And I'll check it with you guys next time.